Welcome to the 4% Solution. Inspired by Valentine's Day, our theme for the next few videos is about transforming your existing business into a business that loves you back. You've probably heard me say this many times, that's really the goal, is to step up and take control of the reins so that you can reinvent the business you're in so that it stops burning you out, stops consuming you, and actually loves you back. I'm Cher Cunningham, I'm your coach.
And I'm Jim Blow, I'm your consultant.
So welcome to our third video on how to build a business that loves you back. We talked about the Pareto Principle and how applying the Pareto Principle is actually key to spending time doing the things that move the needle, that make your heart flutter, that build value. Most of the activities that we do just out of habit. Because we think we have to, because we've always done them, because we've fallen into a rut and I might as well, I've got nothing better to do anyway. This is true in life, this is true in business. Whether it's I watch 3 hours of Netflix a night instead of doing the exciting things that I used to do, or whether I'm puttering around the house doing cleaning instead of actually being intentional with my weekday evenings, whether the weekend just disappears thinking maybe I'll just sleep in. There's a lot of low value activities that can seep into your life, and the same thing can happen in your business.
And the original name for this episode that we have was Stop Hating Your Business, because often clients show up and they actually are pretty upset at their business, pretty dismayed at their business. Hate might be a little bit of a strong word, but to put a positive spin on that, and this includes for relationships, is love your business. Start doing what you love to do in your business. That Pareto Principle, for those of you who are perhaps not familiar with the math of that, we love business math. The business math of that is that, generally speaking, and I'm going to say generally, but it's universally applicable to so many different walks of life, and it's a universal truth that 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort, and that's the concept. We have used it over and over and over again in working with clients on, if you saw our last video, on boundaries. The big point of that, of course, is that if you could get 80% of the result, let's say revenue, let's say profit, from 20% of your clients, that would liberate 80% of your time to do other things, often, of course, to grow your business.
Which sounds too good to be true, and yet when we look at the numbers, they always are. You can get caught into this bias that you have to just keep doing all the things that you've been doing for all the people that you have been helping, and being able to step out of that and have a third-party look, have different perspectives on as you look at your business and apply some of the rules and formulae and ratios so that you can actually identify the gold in your business. This one is huge, and it does hold true over and over and over in all places. So when I was on council, looking at infrastructure, 80% of our money was spent on 20% of our infrastructure, our roads, our water and sewer service locations, 20% of the stormwater ponds, 20% of the wellheads. When you apply it again, 4% of the roads get 64% of the traffic. So if you take that 20% and apply the 80-20 rule to that, 4% of the roads in your town have 64% of the traffic.
In our first video, this is the third one in this fun series for February, Loving Your Business, we talked about the business model as being the central way to agree on what the relationship is that you have with your business. In our second video, we talked about boundaries being essential to actually executing that business model. You have to be able to set boundaries. One of the tools that allows you to decide what boundaries to set is this Pareto Principle.
There are a few ways to use the Pareto Principle. It needs to be used in the context of the business you built in the first place. When you fell in love that first time with your business, you came to it with passion, with experience and excitement, and you knew there was a way that you could show up in the business world that would be a little different, that would let you focus in on your excellence, what you cared about, and serving people in a way that made total sense to you. In the ensuing years, you've done a lot of that, but you've done a lot more of some of the things that came in that you did to put money in your pocket, bread on the table. They were essential at the time, and now you've got this business that's grown bigger than you. Revenue's coming in, clients are coming in, your credibility is huge, you are overworked, you're underpaid. And the solution is actually to stop doing all the things that you're doing in a way that leads to greater profits, not less.
Some of the experience we've had working with clients is that when you apply the Pareto Principle, and it can apply in a number of different areas of your business, you might end up with a smaller group of customers who actually produce more profit for your business, because we all know that there are clients that are expensive to serve relative to the value that they deliver. And it's almost independent of the revenue that they produce for your business. And we're not talking about shrinking your business. We're talking about taking we use the term 4% because it's the Pareto Principle applied twice. So if 20% of the effort gives you 80% of the result, and you do that multiplication again, then 4% of the effort gets you 64% of the result. What you actually want to do then, of course, is take the other 96% that you've liberated and go add more value to your business. So we are actually talking about getting more profitable and then leveraging that into growth using this tool.
Yeah, so just imagining, what if you could make 64% of your revenue and maybe 100% or more of your profit that you currently have on working with 4% of your clients, right? That math holds true. Those 4% are probably those clients that you are doing the thing that you are most excellent at, because that standing in your excellence is where you create your greatest value. So it ends up being this wonderful kismet that when you focus this way, you actually get back to that original passion, and you get to also stand out. Those clients where you are having the greatest impact are the ones that can refer you to great clients like them, instead of some of those other word-of-mouth clients that have been coming in that you can do it, you will do it, but it is not leading to that business that loves you back.
So February is the month of relationships, and when you're having your February event with your significant other, and you're no doubt reminiscing about how you got started and where the spark came from and where the passion, and I think it's pretty normal for people to go, we want to go back there, we have to go back. What can we move out of our life that will allow us to have the time to do the thing that got us going in the first place that was so exciting? February is a good month to do that with your business. This is a good time to have that relational thought process with your business because it applies there too.
Which doesn't mean you shouldn't take as much time right now to tell your spouse we should hire a house cleaner and we should probably get some of our meals prepared for us. All those little pieces of how do I stop doing things that are of lower value and do things that I love. That kind of thought process can apply to your relationship everywhere. So your relationship with your business, what are some of those services that you're doing right now that just aren't valuable, that every time that person calls or emails, there's a little bit of a groan, why am I even doing this? Surely somebody else could do this. It won't be your house cleaner, but it will be perhaps another business that you refer those people to instead of continuing to serve them. Remembering that you have choice, that you can build intentionality in to your business, into how you want to show up in this world, puts you back in that place of empowerment. You just have to remember, and then you can make that choice.
So we really appreciate you being with us for this fun relational February. A recap about business model. You have to create the right business model. You have to set the boundaries in the business model that allow you to execute it, and you need a suite of tools to help you find and establish the right boundaries to successfully achieve your business model.
Because the gold is already inside your business. It's hiding under anxiety, stress, overwork, fires, and things to put out. It's already there. Taking the time to step out and do the mining, finding that gold, and then intentionally focusing and honing your business to be surrounding that message is what puts you into that powerful business model and allows you to have that business that truly loves you back.
Thanks for being with us.
Enjoyed this. See you next time.